Hi, my name is Heather Brooks, and welcome to the American Dream. Today we're at River Island Adventures, and I can't wait for you to hear the story about how this got started. This place is near and dear to my heart. And later on, I have another surprise for you. This segment is entitled Faith in Real Estate, and you'll see why. Now I'm here with Jeff Klein. He's the owner of River Island Adventures. Jeff, how did you get started?
Well, basically about 10 years ago, my best friend and I, we went and stayed in some tree houses on the Edisto River outside of Charleston, South Carolina. I wanted to take him on an adventure for his birthday, and we went and stayed in some tree houses where you have to paddle 12 miles downriver to get to the treehouse, and you can spend a night or 2 nights in the treehouse, and then you got to paddle another 12 miles downriver to get to your car. So it's a real adventure, and I loved it. I fell in love with the concept. And so as soon as I got back from that trip, I'm like, I want to do something like that here in the Myrtle Beach area. So I got online and I discovered this 48-acre island in the middle of the Waccamaw River. And we went and paddled around in kayaks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this would be the perfect spot to do this business. But there was no land for sale. And so it was kind of in a sticky situation here trying to figure out how to pull it off. And so what I did was I pulled the tax records and got all the property owners' names and addresses. I wrote them a long letter basically saying, I don't have a whole lot of money, but I got a really big dream. And I can remember standing in the post office, and I had 27 envelopes in my hand in the post office, and I said a prayer over them. I said, God, if this is your intent for me to open this business, bless the people that read these. And sure enough, 2 different gentlemen called and said they had owner financed their land with no money down. And so God opened the door and allowed me to get my foot in the door and get started. And it's just been an absolute blessing ever since. It's been really amazing.
So speaking of activities, tell me about a few of them.
Yeah, so we have river tubing, we have kayak tours, we have pontoon tours, we have glamping, which is glamorous camping. So we have canvas tents with queen-size beds and chandeliers in them, where people can come and spend the night out here. And then we also have a 2-bedroom treehouse that we built on the island that sleeps 6 people. That's where people take them down there in kayaks or on the pontoon boat and let them spend the night in the treehouse.
Heard you have Survivor Island too for the adventurous one.
Absolutely. So we have Survivor games. We have a 2-hour version, a 4-hour version, and a 24-hour version. We do the 2-hour and 4-hour versions every day. The 24-hour version, we do that once a year, and it's by application process. And we actually have had former Survivor winners from the TV show out here playing with them. So it's really, really fun.
Thank you for meeting with us today, and it was a pleasure. And I hope you guys come out and visit River Island Adventures.
Yes, thank you.
Wow, how much fun was that? Well, thank you for joining us in Long, South Carolina at River Island Adventures. And now we're headed over to Conway. See you there. All right, well now we're here at Ecclesia Christian Church in Conway, South Carolina, and this is Pastor Matt Wilson. So Matt, tell me how Ecclesia started.
So I grew up, my dad was a minister, growing up going to church with him, and as a young person I got pulled into student ministry. And one of the hardships we faced culturally here seemed like a lot of times young people would go to church, but it was never their church. And so as they got older, they didn't find their place in the church and they would fall out. And you know, when we started a church, one of the things we wanted to focus on was that every generation had a place. We wanted to make sure that no matter what age a person's in, they had a space where it was their church. And so one of the drives of our church today is to make sure that there's 4 generations minimum serving in every service.
Right.
And that we're always training the next generation up to know that they don't just attend where their parents go, that this is their church and they get to serve and they get to lead and they grow in that. So it's kind of the kingdom focus, right? Multi-generational vision, people following God, and no one ages out.
And what's the vision of Ecclesia, and how does it tie into the community?
So in this community, it's a fast-growing community, and we love this community. It's like a tourist town, but also a small town at the same time. So you've got relationships with people. And what we want to do is make sure we're a church that biblically serves our community. We want to make sure that we're here for single mothers, we're here for families, we're here for people that are struggling with addiction. We want to make sure that no matter what happens, the church doesn't just meet here, but it launches out into the community. That's why we call it the launch pad, right? And so we just want to be that church that the community can look at and say it's not the only church, but it is being the church, and we want to inspire our community to love their neighbors, reach each other, and to continue making that difference.
Well, thank you, Pastor Matt, for taking the time to tell us more about Ecclesia. I hope that everybody watching will make it a plan to come if you're in town or moving to the area. Thank you so much for joining us today, first at River Island Adventures and now at Ecclesia Christian Church. Again, I'm your host, Heather Brooks, with American Dream TV, and I hope you tune in next time. Bye-bye.